Well, you thought it went by fast. I thought it took a while. I don't know, like it's different perspectives out there. But we're back here, and you can see Sarnia Sting and Guelph tied at 0 apiece. I mean, what's going on out there? What are you seeing?
I'm seeing two teams that are going hard for it. Like Guelph came out hard, just like we expected. For them, it's do or die, right? So if they don't make it happen this game and every other game after this, their season's done.
That's right.
And Sting, after the game last night, there after suffering their first loss of this year's playoffs, they're kind of fighting hard for it too. So we're seeing two teams, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of bad out there.
No, I agree. I think both teams are playing very well. I mean, they're beating us by one shot on goal. I think it took some time for the Sting to really start getting those. Yeah. They were getting the shots on goal before we were.
Definitely.
And we sort of had to come to life. I feel like, I don't know if they're nervous or if it's, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's been some missed opportunity out there by the Sarnia Sting.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Definitely some missed opportunities. It's been interesting, though, watching it's kind of like every aspect of the game we're seeing it out there. The offense is doing well, defense, but they're doing well separately almost, I think. They're not doing well as a cohesive unit out there. Yeah. At least on the Sting side, I haven't noticed too much as far as Guelph. I've seen Guelph playing well and making some good things happen, but
well, of course,
moving the puck up the ice has been a struggle for the Sting.
Yes, I agree. And, well, they're right there with us wherever we are, and we seem to be right there with them wherever they are. Like, it really hasn't been any breakout moments. There have been a few times where, like I say, that opportunity that was missed to score by the Sarnia Sting, there just wasn't somebody right there, but the person that passed the puck knew what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
So they just got to keep pushing it, I think. I don't know. You thought it would. I think I'd like to see a faster pace out there. I think it could go faster, but you don't know.
Well, yeah, they're not like, the pace of the game, I guess, it doesn't feel like it's moving that quickly, but it's the flow of the game, I guess, is really moving along, and it's been kind of right from the start of the period till the end. Like, once they got their footing out there, things have just been really flowing well out there, and I think that's what kind of made it move along. And yeah, both goalies doing an incredible job.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I think the Guelph goalie has had a hard time for most of this playoff, but tonight I would say this is probably one of his better games from what I've observed with Corey playing. But Chandler Romeo, obviously formerly of the Sarnia Sting, who's out there as well. But I forgot what a big guy he is.
Right? That was one of the things that I was like, when they announced that he had been traded away to Guelph, I was like, oh no, that's one of our big guys. We can't lose that. But I mean, they've more than made up for that with what they have brought in with guys like Del Mastro and guys like Brendan Anderson making more of an impact here later in the season.
Yeah, he's really stepped forward. We've talked about that before, where he's showing up a little bit more than he had in the past, and that's good to see. Haven't seen a lot from him tonight, but it's still pretty early, right? And then you've got like Joshua Hoover, who's off as well, and been off for quite some time now. He sort of just got back and then was gone again. So, but he was a fellow that really liked to get in there to the nitty-gritty side of things, right?
That's the thing. We don't have a whole lot of moments with Josh Hoover over the season. The one memory I do have him from the season was a fight that happened back in like November, and that was a good. That particular fight, I mean, this is way back in November, like I said, but that was one of those moments where he used that opportunity to get his team fired up when they weren't playing so well, and it did the trick that night.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's a perfect example of how something like that can fire up your team when they're down on themselves, when they're feeling like it's just not going to happen, if they're down by 2 or 3 goals, and they're like kind of giving up on themselves. Something like that can just be a catalyst that'll just turn things around for them, and that's what Josh Hoover is capable of, and it's very unfortunate that we haven't had more of him this season to be able to have more moments like that.
Yeah, but we have seen in moments like this where we lost somebody big like Nolan Dillingham or even Hoover and others that this team's still stepping forward and everybody's playing their role, and I still think, like, I'm not nervous about this yet. Like, I would have liked to have seen of course, I'd like to have seen a goal at least by now, but I'm also not surprised that we're sitting where we're sitting right now, just because of the way this playoff has gone so far, and the way last night's game went, quite honestly. I think the Guelph are extra hungry because they came so close, or we came so close last night, but they knew they won. And we beat them before 5-4, so that was payback 5-4. But I don't know. I think we're going to see a different second period here. I think it's going to escalate a little more, and I think we might see some more roughness out there.
I think so. I mean, every game this series, no matter what kind of different gameplay we've been seeing go on, every single game this series so far, that roughness has come out. The aggression, and let's just say the hands have gotten thrown around right from game one of this series, and we haven't seen too much of it tonight, but it's building. It's definitely building up. You know it is.
Ben Gaudreau looking really good out there. Definitely looking a little more relaxed out there. He's calmed down.
Yeah.
He's it's in the past, right?
Yep.
He seems to have put it behind himself really well, and we need that right now. We've got to have his focus out there just as important. And I think the Sting, for the most part, are doing very well in protecting the goalie tonight.
They're doing a great job, yeah. Guys like Ethan Ritchie out there and Christian Chayter, they're doing a great job just kind of redirecting that puck away from Ben Gaudreau and keeping it as far away from our goal as they possibly can. And that's just that their job out there, and they're doing it really, really well. And that's why I think we're seeing, I mean, what were the shots at the end of the period there?
9 and 8, I think it was, or something.
Not a lot for an entire 20 minutes of hockey. I mean, that, between the two teams, 17 shots, that's not a lot. So that speaks a lot also to the way that Guelph is playing as well. They're doing the same thing down at their end. So it's hard to say what's going to happen here. It's been pretty amazing how much Guelph has stepped up more in these last couple of games. I'm not happy about it, of course, but it makes for good hockey, though. And
I wonder, is there a little bit of predictability? Is our team a little too predictable right now, or do they keep mixing it up? I felt like I don't know.
They might be. They do have a specific style of play, I believe, but it keeps working for them. So, and that's where playoff hockey comes into it as well. We talk about how playoff hockey is a completely different game.
Totally.
And one big part of that is you're playing the same team night after night after night. So you get that opportunity to adapt to that other team's gameplay. And I think we're seeing that with how Guelph is responding to the Sarnia Sting. You might be right. We do have that game plan that we kind of stick to and has worked for us. But now that we're in this playoff hockey situation where these guys are adapting to it, they might have to figure out a way to change that up.
Well, that could be the conversation in the locker room right now. Who knows? Let's take a look at this. This is blown up in the Sarnia Sting Nation area, Facebook group, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This is your boy Will, right?
That's Will, yeah.
Right, and he paid a visit to our friend Jay Peckham, who's back in the hospital. Don't know if he's watching. He told me he's got coach to go there. I bet you he found a way to watch. But this was, talk about this picture. Whose hockey stick is that?
That was Luca Del Belbaluz. He was the first star of the game here last Sunday afternoon that he won. And Will, I mean, Jay's a friend of the family. Like, Will knows Jay as well. So he knows that he's been having a rough time, and he knows from the first half of this season how big of a Sting fan that Jay Peckham is. And Will's gotten more than one of those sticks over the course of the season, and that was not his first from Luca Del Belbaluz either. So after we got the stick, he said, is Jay home yet? Is Jay home from the hospital yet? We told him that no, he's still there, and he said, do you think he would like it if I gave him the stick?
Wow.
And we said, buddy, you know what? I think that would be an amazing thing. I think he would really enjoy that. He would love that. I was like, yeah, we can do that. When do you want to go do it? You want to do it right away. So we left pretty much right from the arena after the game, went right up to the hospital, went and saw him there, and it was a really proud moment.
For sure. How old's Will?
He just turned 7.
Wow, that's awesome.
So yeah, it was we went in there, we gave him Jay. We didn't stay too long because he was having
He's tired.
He was tired, yeah. So we just wanted to go in, give it to him, tell him, how much we're missing him at the game, how much we're missing him back at home, kind of thing.
That lit him right up.
Yeah, oh, it did. He was. I don't want to embarrass him,
Yes, let's embarrass Jay Peckham.
But no, let's just say he was touched. He was very, very touched by the sentiment.
That's awesome.
It made Will really happy to know that doing that for Jay was actually able to lift his spirits.
Well, that's awesome, and that's back to more than a game right there,
Exactly.
So Jay, we do continue to mention you because we love you, and we hope you're recovering well. And Will, Awesome job out there, buddy. That's in fact, the Sarnia Sting responded to that in the Sting Nation group and shared it. I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, they shared it, and they said that's a representation of what the Sarnia Sting is all about. So, honorary member, I'll say.
We just did it to put a smile on a friend's face, but yeah, like you said, it kind of blew up within the Sarnia Sting community.
Well, there's my gopher. That's
There's
always the clue. We're a couple of minutes away from getting back out here. I'd like to see a little more speed out there. I think passing could just a touch more improvement there. We've been getting in those corners a little bit more often than I think I'd like us to see, because while we have improved that side, we've talked about that, it's just not a place where I think we're going to win this hockey game.
Not unless Sasha Pasachov is on the ice. I see he does a really, really good job of that. With if he's out on the ice, the puck ends up pinned up along the boards, and he's going after it. He does very well on that, but that is definitely something that the rest of the Sarnia Sting team struggles with, let's say, can work on.
All right, 2 minutes away, the Stinger back out on the ice, and we'll be back here at the end of the second period, hopefully with Sarnia Sting leading in the goal. This is just an exciting time right now, so keep looking for us back up there. I still don't have the word on the post game, but it'll show up if it's going to be there. All right, from Sarnia Sting, I'm excited, I can't even say it. Live from the Sarnia Sting concourse, I'm David Burrows, my friend Lee Bazeley. 1, 2, 3, go Sting, go!